Today we're going to be comparing the Cordoba Stage with its new traditional counterpart. Stick around. How's it going, y'all? This is Cooper Greenberg.
Ramon Botello.
We're here at Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on the videos, share them with your friends, turn notifications on. We got good stuff coming. Check out the website and check out the podcast. So, we got Cordobas in here today, and the Stage has been a pretty popular model since it was introduced at NAMM just a couple of years ago. There is, a few different finishes of it. This is one of the newer ones. This is the Black Burst, but this is kind of the standard Stage that we have shown you on the channel before. This year at NAMM, they put out the traditional, which is the same sort of idea, but has a couple key features that I think make it cater to a different type of player. Now, you saw Ramon not too long ago on a Cordoba F10 flamenco video talking about flamenco guitars. If you haven't seen it, go check that one out. But this is my right here. This is my dog, and we play together, we work together. And so coincidentally, he has a Cordoba Stage. And so I kind of wanted him to play both of these, talk about what he likes on this guitar and how he thinks they kind of compare to each other. But tell us what drew you to the Stage in the first place.
Big thing that drew me to the Stage, mostly it doesn't feed back like another nylon guitar would. This thin body, it's still technically, semi-hollow with this thing going on here. But that, and also the fact that you can adjust, make all your adjustments way more easily than going for the EQ on the top. You have knobs like an electric guitar right here. And it's simple. It's just a volume, tone, and then you can dial in the mic back here. So you have a lot of control over your guitar.
Do you use the body mic when you're playing live a lot?
I do, if I can. If there's a situation where, I'm not in a place that's going to cause a lot of feedback, I can start dialing it in. And it definitely makes a big difference because you can still get the taps from it, and it sounds really nice. It gives it a full body sound.
So as you saw in that video before, Ramon plays flamenco and all that kind of vibe, but we also, together when we're playing, we play a lot of country, some more jazzy type stuff.
Yeah.
I think this one works great. I'm usually playing a steel string, so it helps us kind of get different timbres going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Stage has been good. They've been a really great seller for Cordoba. Now they put out the traditional. Now, big difference here is going to be in a few of the construction elements and on the neck. It's still a 1.5 inch, thin body, chambered body. The Stage that he's got and the other finishes, so you got the blue one, right?
I have the blue one.
So there's blue, I think that was a limited one, which you stole it from a customer, which is fine. But we got the Black Burst. There's like a natural, and there's the kind of normal burst that's kind of just a normal sunburst.
Yeah.
Those are all solid spruce tops, but they have a flame maple veneer on them, which I think that's kind of an interesting thing to say. It's solid spruce top, but there's also a veneer on top of it. We would maybe call that a laminate top. I don't know. I guess it's solid underneath the other layer, so it's two things. But I digress. This is a true solid cedar top, which kind of caters more towards sort of the classical, traditional type player. The other big difference on these, that one will be 14 frets to the body. This one will be 12 fret, like a little bit more of a traditional, if you catch my drift, and the nut width. So yours, Cordoba puts everything in millimeters, but that's a 1 7/8 nut width, which you'll see on a lot of crossovers. You'll see on, Taylor and Martin's nylon strings. That's just a little bit more manageable for somebody that's going from steel string or going, trying to get more of a modern kind of feel. This will have a pretty straight up classical 2-inch nut width.
Yeah.
So this definitely is trying to get more classical players into, the Stage guitar. That it's kind of what we've seen with some of the other hybrids, like a T5Z.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a little different. Obviously, it's got nylon strings. I would hazard a guess that this one might be a little more versatile, and this one is definitely going towards a traditional kind of classical vibe because, you think about it, there's plenty of gigs out there, people just playing instrumental music, and if you're a more OG classical player, this might be the one for you. But you got to play both of them.
I played both of them.
Tell me what you're playing on these.
I will say yeah, if you are a classical player, you play a nylon as your main guitar, you're probably going to gravitate towards this. The neck feels very much, you know, that classical
wider,
feel, a
yeah.
lot wider, and yeah, it just you'll be able to maintain that same feel if that's what you're into. I personally gravitate more towards this hybrid thing because you can use the guitar for a lot of different things, like we were talking about earlier. I'll use it for country gigs. I'll use it for, you know, doing bossa nova stuff, and then I can also use it for doing like rumbas and stuff like this. So, yeah, I would say both are a great option, and if you're a classical player, definitely give this one a try. It's a different feeling from this one, but it's definitely worth trying.
Cool. Let's take a listen. So there you have it. There's a little taste of both the traditional and the regular stage. And it's weird because you might be looking at these online. This is called the Stage Black Burst. There's the Stage Natural Ambers. There's the Stage Burst. And this is the Stage Traditional. I'm going to just refer to these as the Stage Standard. And let's say this is Traditional. Now, I think it's a welcome addition to the lineup because of kind of what you were saying. It caters towards a different type of player. I do think a guitar like this is pretty much made for somebody more like you that plays all these different types of things. I mean, that's similar to what we talked about with Acoustasonics and T5Zs. You got to have kind of this thing that can encompass a lot of different vibes. And I've seen you play yours with several different genres of bands that you play with. So
yeah, Yeah, I'd say another great aspect to this guitar is you don't lose volume when you're playing with a pick or you're playing finger style. A big thing with other nylons, at least with my Cordoba GK models, is when you're playing with a pick, you might lose a little bit of volume and power. This seems to really still maintain that, and that makes it really versatile.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, you got volume control, EQ, you got the body blend, and you basically just got a couple different looks and a couple different feels to choose between. I think that, you know, a lot of people come to the store, they want to get into a more classical type vibe. They say, I want a classical guitar, but just like we talked about in the flamenco video, they're not all created equal. There's a lot of different styles of guitar that you can get for however you want to capture the nylon string sound. And so, yeah, I'm pretty positive that they're going to continue down this line. I think the cedar's cool.
Yeah.
The classical community, some people that have spruce top classicals might want like a European spruce top or something. So I'd like to see that kind of grow. I'd like to see this with some more finishes. All the Stage guitars come with really nice gig bags. So I think, in the price range, these are, I think they go for like $749 or something in that range. For under $1,000, I think it's a great value. And they're well-made guitars and they're fun to play.
Yeah,
and,
if you're looking for something like a Godin or along those lines, and those are very pricey. This is a fantastic alternative. I would take this over that at this point. So.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So if you have questions on the guitars, if you want to see the specs, we got them listed on our website. If we're out of something, you might see call for availability, and that means give us a call and we can get an ETA and we can order it for you. But we got the black one, we got the traditional, we've always got the kind of, the normal Stage burst. I'm going to say the Stage standard burst. We got those kind of all the time because they've been really popular. So I think they're doing cool things, you're doing cool things, and we're doing cool things. And if you like the video, let us know. Tell us what else you want to see. I think we want to build out the nylon section a little bit more. And so whether it's other brands or other models within the brands that we do carry, let us know, and we'll get Ramon in here to slam and jam on them for you. But yeah, if you want more info, go to the website, subscribe to the channel, show your friends, and we'll see you next time.